on purpose and for purpose.
I'm working on the last couple of days. I want to run it by you, this idea of a definition of success.
Okay.
Of success, like as a Christian, as a follower of Jesus, of success being to become who God created you to be, and then partner with God to do what God's calling you to do.
Love it.
Like success is...
That's it.
I'm discovering and walking, like becoming the person that God created me to be.
Yeah.
And I'm now learning to partner with God and do what he asks me to do.
Yes.
Calls me to do.
I love it.
That's a successful life.
That's it. Yeah. What are you saying to me, God? What do you want me to do about it?
Yep.
It's what it comes down to. I love it, Ken. And what I love about, I keep coming back to the yes, right? The blank check moment with God. Because I can't go back to the exact moment. I do remember in the past, 20 years, it was somewhere in there, me having a conversation with God where I was like, God, listen, the answer is just yes. Like I'm just going to be default. It's default yes. Please, Lord. Nowhere colder than Indiana. Like I always bring in that caveat. Like, God, Michigan, Wisconsin. Maybe for a trip, but not all the time. And I think, man, I want the audience to hear that of like the journey you've taken, and I love that you don't have these major like I knew it from the beginning, and there was this burning bush. It was like no, from the start, basically, because you're freaking in college, right? At that point, like. As a 20-something or maybe 19-year-old, I just gave God a blank check.
Yep.
It's just yes.
Yep.
And then that makes everything else so much easier. Youth pastor, lead pastor, worship pastor, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Hawaii, California, Indiana.
It doesn't matter.
Just yes.
In that, let me connect a couple dots so I said yes to Indiana for a year. And my wife's from Southern California. So she was like,
she really said for a year.
And then the opportunity opened up again. And what happening was I started March 1st, 2020. Okay. The world shuts down March 15th-ish. Yep. So I had 2 Sundays. I was helping out at Mercer Carmel. The one in Fortville nothing had started yet. Yep. And so then by July, I've been here months. I've been helping out with stuff. And we were looking for who was going to plant with you. And remember, we interviewed some people. We brought some people in. Yep. And I started going, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not supposed to go back to California. Like maybe I'm supposed to stay here. And we go visit California and we come back and airplanes landing, okay? And I'm looking out the window. We just had our first trip back to California. We're landing in Indianapolis. And I'm like wrestling with God. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to? And I hear these 2 words. Okay, just not audible voice, but I'm like, I literally said in my head, like, God, what do you think about all this? And I hear, welcome home. Get right out. As the plane hits the welcome home. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought of those 2 words. Like, and that's sometimes when you're hearing God's voice, like God speaking, it's like, I would have thought God would like dialogue in the way I would. It was just welcome home, which is not a way I would have had that conversation flow. And so I was like, okay, welcome home. So I meet with Josh and I say, Josh, I think I'm supposed to plant Mercer Northeast. So I say yes to it. We plant, and kind of the rest has been history. And in that, as I think about my journey and those surrendered yeses and just God guiding, I so resonate with Moses when he was leading the Israelites. Okay, so there's 40 years they're wandering the desert. And in Numbers, it talks about how they build a tabernacle, which is like God's presence dwells there. And then they're supposed to camp around it, okay? So it explains like in crazy detail how they're all supposed to camp and where they all go, all these 12 tribes and stuff. And it's like a bunch of work to set this thing up. Like this is mobile church, but crazy. Yeah. Like, and there's particulars on like what materials to use, and only the Levites can set it up. So they set this up and then they go around. And then it says they might stay there for a year because there was this cloud or this fire that symbolized God's presence. Yeah. And if God just stayed there, they had to stay there. And then it would just lift up one day without like them asking. Yeah. And then it would just start moving. They're like, we got to pack up. And they'd just start packing everything up, all their tents and their belongings, and they'd pack up the tabernacle. And then when it would stop somewhere else, they'd set up and they'd set up camp around it. And that's become like a metaphor for me of just like, man, what was that about? It was like, just give God your yes. And I think for us, that represents like the Holy Spirit. It's like, how is the Holy Spirit leading? And if it was 3 days, they would stay for 3 days. And if it was 3 months, they'd stay for 3 months. And it moved over here and they would go for a year or whatever. Now, I don't think people need to move every year or whatever, but I think that like, what was the point? God was teaching them, like, will you live in my presence? And when I move, will you move? And when I say stay, will you stay? And I think that's just become for me, like for my life of recognizing, because one thing with people who have moved a lot, and there's people who are military families have moved way more than I have. But I've got like, when people say, where's home? I'm like, well, kind of Canada, San Jose, Pepperdine, Hawaii, Huntington Beach, Indianapolis, like where's home? It's hard for me to answer, to be honest. But for me, it's become like God's presence is home. Jesus is home. I don't care if I'm in California or Hawaii or Indiana or wherever God sends, like he is my home, his presence. And so I'm home anywhere, you know, and I'm just going to give him my yes. And if I stay here for the rest of my life, and so be it.
That's so good. Like, that's the closer right there.